Hey everybody, it's Hustusa here, and I wasn't intending to do this, but the date required that I do it. It is July 18th, which happens 2022, which happens to be the 1 year anniversary exactly of the day that the monsoon hit at 5 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday morning, and I spent the next week mopping up one of my two units cram packed with stuff. And uh, Bob's clothes, were the last thing put in there and the most exposed. So I spent 7 days at the laundry, or 3 days at the laundry, but uh, drying those clothes out mostly and checking my wet boxes and throwing stuff away. So I just want y'all to know that Um, I've been at this since 2009, and in 2013, I got notoriety at GoDaddy, and that sicked basically the DHS on me. And the DHS is the Department of Homeland Security, and I found out about that about 2015 because they hit me again, and somebody was interested and said that that was the source of being shut down. They shut off my GoDaddy website in 2013 in December, telling me it was, they were transitioning some equipment, and it would just be a few hours and the computers would take care of it. So, I'm a masonry contractor originally and a general contractor for the last 25 years in California, and I thought they were giving me a straight, honest truth. And so I let them, my site disappeared, and I let them kept bullshitting me for days, and robots come along and clean up old, extinct links, and that's what my links now had become due to the EHS shutting off, allowing GoDaddy to shut off my website that I had 1,000 viewers a day at. That's where I got the notoriety. They were talking every time I'd call in. They'd say, "Hey, you've averaged over 1,000 a day for 3 months now." And I'm like, I was expecting 1 million people a day. Is that good? And they like, shit. And now that I thought about it years later, it's like churches don't get that, so I'm pretty damn happy. Uh, but it's non-existent now. They wiped me out twice, and I rebuilt 3 times really, and gave it up because it's just a lot of work and time-consuming. And I'm on the street. You got to be a policeman to my own personal and a website. Okay, well, okay, the personal thing takes precedent. So I don't want to go on forever, folks. But listen, I have a plea. I'm actually look at me. I'm a beggar. Okay, don't I look like a beggar, or do I look like a ZZ Top guitarist? I'm not. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. um, Not only did the DHS target me in 2013, and then in 2014, uh, Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama targeted me. Uh, you can laugh, you can ponder, I can prove it, and the proof is the poinsettia fire. And it was aimed at me, lit 2,300 feet from where I was living, and it wiped that home out and no other. Uh, it, the, the whole day. I mean, I can recount and see where it was purpose on purpose. Okay, there's a lot of events that took place that said it was on purpose. So let's get past that. The poinsettia fire. Google that. You might find the Channel 5 news clip where they interview me live at 5. Uh, I hope you do find that. Anyhow, uh, so what they were really thinking was, because I had lived there for 5 years, um, they thought I had all my stuff there, but all my stuff was safe in another town. And the events after the fire wiped this guy's house out. I hit the street on purpose to learn, what it's like to be this low. And I'm glad I did, first of all. And what it did is it allowed me to move my location of my stored stuff that had been in there since '09. Now in 2014, I'm finally getting to move it closer because I didn't know where I was going to end up. I put it where I thought I was going to end up. So now I've got it. I'm moving it closer to Oceanside, in Oceanside, where that I can get at it quickly and use it and organize it and sell some of it that I don't need anymore. That was the plan, the purpose of going through the move and everything, plus to lower my rent uh, and travel expense to get there to go pick stuff up. I would buy stuff here instead of go there to get it. It was just too far. It'd take you 3 hours to do a round trip. So uh, they finally at this storage facility, we had a monsoon happen in July on July 18th, and I had been watching the progress of the roof patch job, and it's a flat roof. And I'm a general contractor, and I hope I'm speaking to a bunch of contractors out there because you just don't repair an asphalt rolled roof. You just don't do it. Okay, it's got different shrinkage rates, and it'll tear itself apart in no time. Might not leak for a year, but give the sun 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Okay, that's why you don't repair them. You replace the whole thing, one solid membrane. Okay. So anyhow, I was watching the progress, and they screwed up and left a like a 400-foot section unprotected all day over 2 days on a weekend. And this thing hit on Sunday morning at 5 a.m. And here this thing set from Friday afternoon, totally open, 400 feet, and they had put gutters up, but no downspouts. There was like 300 feet of gutters up with no downspouts, basically collecting the water, making the flooding worse. Okay, so it was stupid. And whenever I saw the roofer, I said, "You're about to be sued." So the owners came after me, and it was unjustified. They came at me saying I was violent or some shit, and I told them, you know, hey, I need to talk to the owner. I need to talk to an arbitrator or something. They just said move. They just up and said move at my seventh day of mopping up their shit. They left me with a big giant mess, and I lost some stuff, and I lost some value in some stuff, and there's probably some stuff I didn't see, but they ended up auctioning everything I own, everything I've collected over my lifetime. I still had my original birth certificate with my ink footprint on it. I still had my high school diploma in its original thing that they handed to you in. I still had my class ring. I was going to go to my 50th anniversary this year by selling some of what I don't need anymore out of my storage unit, but this stupid ass COVID hoax bullshit has been going on for 2 years and prevented me from doing that. 3 years now because I've been at this stupid crap for a year. As soon as the monsoon hit and I got evicted, I was looking for an attorney because I have never needed an attorney, and I didn't have one, so I needed to look. So for 4 months, I'm scouring the area and even going out of the area to some old contacts and stuff. The courts are closed, so the whole thing's backed up, and nobody really even answered me. And I swear to you, folks, I know I submitted at least 100 submissions, whether it be just an email or the thing that you fill out on their own website thing, and then on top of that, there was multiple people I was contacting at some of these offices. So I'm guessing easily 100, maybe 150, maybe 350. I don't know. Some of these offices, they let everybody in the planet see the what the requests are. Anyhow, I'm getting long. I don't want to go long. I'm telling you, I purposely went homeless. I mean, I could have paid rent and all that stuff, but I had to see what was going on. In 2009, I traveled 40,000 miles and I've attended over 300 Tea Party type rallies to get a face to face with what is going on. And believe me, I have a lot of knowledge about Obama that you youngins don't even care about and wouldn't consider as truth because it sounds so crazy. And does Joe Rogan want to talk to me? Hell no, he doesn't even know who I am. And I didn't know who Joe Rogan was either. So it ain't how many people hear you, it's what you got to say. All right? And I got a shitload to say, folks. What has gone on in California? I moved here in '84 as my American dream because I spent all my vacations out here in the Southwest. You know, Arizona I really love. It's where all cactus, you know. But uh, I my I partnered up with a brother and we became general contractors. And you got to sort of stay put, and I did. And I watched the invasion happen, and I watched uh, our state psychotic leaders show preference to minorities like Mexicans and female run companies. So in the late 90s, there was this conversion of, you know, who's doing the work around here. And so for the last couple of decades, people have been moving out of here because it's just stupid. You know, it's kind of like the mask wearing stupidity, the 6 feet apart stupidity, the take a vaccine stupidity. That's all control, and we are free beings on this planet, and you should not take these people's word for anything. So I'm cutting this shorter by telling you I'm completely broke, and I only get Social Security, and I don't have food stamps or nothing because I think that shit's ridiculous. All right, and I don't want to be a part of getting comfy with the communists sending me a check. All right, I'd rather point out that Hillary Clinton needs to get hung for all of the events of her stupid ass career and her husband's events of his stupid ass career and all of the Democrats, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. Uh, Harry Reid is gone, and I'm glad he is. And Nancy Pelosi is like the worst thing that's happened to this country ever. And it's a woman, and I'm not against women leaders, but geez, Speaker of the House, and a few years of seeing how stupid and psychotic she is, and she's still there. Whew, that's kind of the way the school system's gone. And I, I could point out thing after thing after thing, people. I'll tell you one more thing. When I was 15, illegally, I got a job at a gas station. You're supposed to be 16, and I wanted to work at a gas station. So I got a job at a gas station, and that was 1970, I think. And gasoline was 39 cents a gallon. I want to tell you this too, that 2 years later, I graduated high school, and my dad said to me, now this is 1972, people. My dad said to me, he was a masonry contractor, busted his ass in Illinois where it freezes like 4 months out of the year. Anyhow, he asked $15 an hour, or do you want to go to college? And I had seen, other than the panty raids I had attended at the local college, I had seen the stupidity of the colleges and what they were turning out. The teachers that they were turning out that would teach you nothing. Uh, Social justice, warriors who were as racist as it gets, being, mass produced in college because you had all these weirdos somehow with this degree. It means you can teach these brains, you can brainwash these brains. So, folks, I got a lot to tell you. I go by Hustusa. That's Hustusa. That's the acronym for Help Us Save the USA. And it's not America we're trying to save. We're trying to save this gathering of 50 states, you know, within this continent called North America. So we need a new name for the civilians that cherish the ground that they walk on. I'll tell you a little something about these illegal aliens. They have zero respect. Most of them have zero respect for you. Uh, for their own, yes, tons of, but they litter, they disobey laws. They don't even know how to read a sign. Okay, so I won't go in depth on the chaos that this causes. I'll say there's probably 3 times more automobiles on the road than there needs to be because of the illegal aliens that are here. There's millions of them. Most of the cities in California are sanctuary cities, and that means that they're harboring total illegal aliens. So they end up taking the jobs and committing the crimes, and the newspapers ignore it, and the cops let them out of jail. So this is just going to keep going on and getting worse, people. And nobody really cares what an old guy's got to say, because I sat somewhere where I can be spoken to all day long. And just because of the way I chose to look at my 68th birthday, uh, people are afraid to speak, you know, and it really takes boldness to walk up and speak to me. And usually it's them, because their anger and their hatred and their common boldness of being a jerk, a jackass in public, allows them to come up and have the boldness to speak to me. Now, it only takes about a split second, if they're going to try and match wits with me, it don't take me long, and that's what they're usually afraid of. So it's usually a drive-by, a comment as they're you can't talk to them. It's kind of like hi, how are you? Well, my knee's kind of hurting, but since you're going on, I guess I'll just trip. You know, people don't care no more. Okay, and that's what I'm asking you right now. I want you to Google Hustusa. I want everybody that's ever taken a picture of my van or me since '09, and I had a triangular hat that has this phrase on it. Oh crap! I can do this. I could move the camera, but look, I got a hat that says that on it. I didn't vote for this abomination. And anybody that took a picture of me with that hat on, I want you to send it to me, okay? Because I want my historical record of my events traveling the country back. Now, whenever they stole all my stuff and that's a new word I created, stole, all my stuff, I had computers with, you know, and packages with all the collected autographed books and stuff and T-shirts that I collected at all these events. You know, big name people, and you know, this guy had total disregard for everybody. And then when he heard that I was going to sue, he thought, you know what, I can kick that guy in the balls, and he'll be down for years. And that's what he's done. And I'm about to, it's getting hot in here. I gotta go, people. Hustusa, please Google that. Let me tell you my catchphrase. Uh, on my van, it says, "Can a bumper sticker save the USA?" And the second line is, "We're convinced that our leaders can't because they're bought and they're compromised by their." I mean, look at all those admirals and crap. You know, they're all compromised. That's why they're getting all assembled so that we'll weaken and fall. And we can't let that happen, people. And we can't let it get to the point where that military, you know, gets in trouble because it's already screwed up. All right, so stand up. I want you to Google Hustusa. I do photoshopped images and videos to torment the tyrants. That's what I've been doing since 2009, and I have over 4,000 photoshopped images. Unfortunately, after they auctioned my stuff, uh, they also sent me a virus. So I've got a virus problem right now. Unfortunately, a friend gave me a tablet, so I'm able to do some stuff, but they've almost completely wiped me out. And unless you help me, you're not going to hear what I've got to say. And if you don't think that my travels to over 300 Tea Party rallies and 40,000 miles in this vehicle, you don't think I got something to say about control? I watched mayors control our time in their city to the point that it was like putrid. All right. Listen, I see I'm almost at a half hour here, and that's plenty of time. I've had plenty to say. I got way more to say. Uh, and somebody asked me about why Trump's never been on Joe Rogan. I said, because Joe Rogan likes guests who kiss his ass. Well, I'm okay with not being on your show, Joe, because I will not kiss your ass. So, anyhow, I'm not trying to get on his show. I swear to you, I am not trying to get on his show. I can't hardly see anymore. I think it says 24 minutes, but I'm going to go, people. Now I'm on YouTube, and I know you go, oh, what are you doing on that communist channel? Well, I've been at this since '09, and it's kind of hard for me to